Treehouse of Horror.
Finally!
This is more violent than the Hip Hop Awards.
It's the most mind-bending, gut-wrenching, spine-tingling chase with death you've ever seen. All new Simpsons Treehouse of Horror, part of a full hour, November 2nd at 8, 7 Central on Fox Laugh Out Loud Sunday.
It's too big to miss. The biggest sale of the year at JCPenney. Saturday, everything's on sale, no exceptions. Doorbusters and an extra 10% off sale prices 7 to noon. Everything's on sale at the biggest sale of them all. It's all inside JCPenney.
Lipton Sides presents Recipe for the Exotic with
New safety alert to tell you about the Florida Department of Health now confirming a 4th and 5th raccoon found in Miami-Dade County have tested positive for rabies. These last 2 animals were found in the same Kenzo neighborhood, and as a result, the rabies alert in Miami-Dade will continue for another 60 days in the following areas: Southwest 152nd Street to the north, 187th Street to the south, Southwest 117th Avenue to the east, and 137th Avenue to the west. You're also being warned to vaccinate all domestic pets.
Notification to the public about the disaster from cute animals, namely dogs. Those who are considered tame and funny will become very dangerous and deadly if they are infected with the virus. If you see a dog that has an aggressive, wild nature and all of its mouth parts are filled with saliva that drips to the ground, don't try to approach it. Believe me that he is not an ordinary dog. If you approach him, then you will catch the disease from his saliva. If you have been exposed to the disease, then you must immediately go to the doctor to be given treatment. Remember, as soon as possible. If you are slow, then it is certain that you will die in the next few days. In conclusion, stay alert to rabid dogs. If you are exposed to the virus, then you should immediately see a doctor.
This is special information for you, so that you can recognize or be able to distinguish between normal dogs and rabid dogs. This is especially important if you meet one of these dogs. So, if you want to know, then keep on reading the instructions that I will explain here. And don't miss anything so you can get full information and no mistakes. First, you have to know what a rabid dog is, or what is commonly called a rabid dog. Crazy dog is a dog condition in which he will be attacked by a disease that can be transmitted to other animals and humans. Of course, this would be very dangerous, coupled with his attitude, which tends to be hot-tempered and very brutal when exposed to this disease. So, if you meet a rabid dog, please be very careful. And also, if you see a rabid dog that is not tied up, alias allowed to roam, run as fast as possible or pill as much as possible. These 2 ways are the maximum way to reduce your chances of getting rabies. The second is, you have to know the characteristics. According to the main instructions in this information, it has been written above. Namely, specific information for a complete explanation of a rabid dogs. So, I will explain to you all the characteristics of rabid dogs that are mandatory and important for you to know. There are 5 steps that you should know, namely, 1. Its mouth is filled with saliva. 2. It is aggressive. 3. It's wild and brutal. 4. It is quiet. 5. It will die soon. That is information or notification, alias an appeal to the public for guidance to know or distinguish between normal dogs and rabid dogs. Hope you guys can be saved. Amen. Health organizations from all corners of the world agree on this and oblige the governments of all countries to disseminate this to the general public. If you get rabies, the first thing you have to do is you have to see the condition of the dog. If the mouth doesn't contain a lot of saliva, then it's definitely safe. If the dog that bit you is a dog with a mouth full of saliva, you must immediately go to the doctor to get treatment. Don't be slow. A disaster in the form of death will come to you if it is too late. Make sure you are always on standby when exposed to this virus. And there are also symptoms or signs that will occur if you have high levels of rabies. That is, you will be afraid of water and your body will sometimes go into convulsions for a few minutes. And those are signs that can be seen and felt clearly. If you experience something like that, sorry, you can't be saved. Because there is no specific vaccine for this disease. So, the conclusion is don't be late.
As you know, yesterday we gave sudden information about the big rabies disaster. And for now we inform the umpteenth time. The virus is now increasingly dangerous and makes the sufferer a living corpse. So, if you die from this virus, then your body will move itself. It's terrible, but we're trying to do everything we can so that this can ease a little. Please for cooperation.
Please for cooperation.
To the people, whether women or men. If you have a pet in the form of a dog, both domestic and wild, the rules of this country now you are obliged to kill your dog by force. This is done for the safety of the environment that has been colonized by rabies outbreaks. Rabies will spread very quickly if the world's dog population is not reduced, so that you can be infected. Also, stay tuned for more information and sudden events. Thank you for your attention. We will continue to provide the best for you. The information that we will publish next is the characteristics of people and patients who have contracted rabies. Don't ignore this information. Who knows, the people closest to you will show the characteristics that we will mention. List of experimental results in the characteristics of people exposed to the rabies virus. Characteristics include fever, loss of appetite, fatigue, malaise or dizziness, hallucinations, fear or loss of consciousness, nausea or vomiting, muscle tension or paralysis with muscle weakness. So the conclusion is, avoid these people. The importance of avoiding interaction with such individuals becomes even more clear when we look at the impact this can have. Rabies victims, who suffer from the bites of animals infected with the deadly virus, are a prime example. Illustrates the seriousness of this threat. Cases involving victims of rabies remind us of the urgency to always be aware of our surroundings and to keep our distance from potentially dangerous situations. We must take the necessary precautions to protect ourselves and our communities from the risks posed by them. Can be avoided. Thus, avoiding people who show signs of dangerous behavior is a wise step for maintaining safety together. Early symptoms of exposure to rabies can include discomfort or itching at the site of an infected animal bite. Disorders of the bite area, such as numbness or burning, fever, headache and unnatural tiredness. Changes in behavior, such as restlessness or confusion. Excessive sensitivity to light or water, hygrophobia. Loss of breath, dizziness, or seizures. If you or someone you know experiences these symptoms after interacting with a wild or unknown animal, seek medical attention immediately. Rabies can develop quickly and be fatal, if not treated in time. Remember to always use caution when interacting with animals and report suspicious animals immediately to your local health authority. We ask that you keep yourself and your community safe. This is a serious emergency alert. Make sure you and the people around you are aware of these symptoms. Stay calm, stay alert, and share this information with everyone you know. Thank you for your attention in spreading this information. We can overcome this together. At this time, we would like to issue a warning regarding a rabies-related situation that requires attention. Several cases of rabies have been detected in the area around settlements. We encourage all residents to remain calm and alert in dealing with this situation. We ask residents to be prepared and wait for further information. The emergency health team is working hard to identify the source of the infection and take the necessary precautions. We really appreciate your cooperation in complying with the instructions and guidelines that will be provided. We will provide the latest information as soon as possible through various official communication channels. This includes media, official announcements, and guidance from local health authorities. We hope that you will remain calm and understand that these measures are being taken to protect the health and safety of all citizens. Remember not to ignore this situation. Keep clean and avoid contact with wild animals. Make sure your pet is properly vaccinated and watch closely for any unusual signs in the animal. We appreciate your patience while we gather information and respond to this situation. Stay alert and be prepared to receive further guidance. Your safety and well-being is our priority. Thank you for your concern in dealing with this situation. Keep calm and wait for further information which we will deliver soon.